All right, so here's our apple cinnamon loaf from yesterday. It's gonna be good. It kind of looks like hell, so I just did one score kind of at an angle, but because this was all swirled, it like opens up the inner layers, makes it look real funny, but oh my gosh, it smells so good. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut into this. And let's see what we have. Ready? Ooh, look at that swirl though. It looks good. So I had pre-cooked some apples and they're mixed in with the main part, and then there's the cinnamon swirl in the middle. Oh, it's gonna be so good. I'm gonna cut some of this up and take it to work with me today. Almost, look at this. It almost looks like there's a walnut or something in there, but that's actually just a chunk of apple. Look at how moist that is. Wow. Yeah, so look at that. Nice, it bounces back nicely. It looks pretty. Maybe a few more apples next time would be my answer. Let's taste it. It's really good. The cinnamon in there is fantastic. So it's like an apple cinnamon roll in a bread. Cool.
Okay, so here's how we shaped the loaf. I first pre-shaped it and then let it rest for like 15 to 20 minutes. Then we picked it up using the bench scraper, and I have sprayed the surface with filtered water, as well as my hands. That helps prevent the sticking. This dough overall, it's a little bit lower hydration because I knew I was going to be adding the fruit to it, so it's pretty easy to handle. And you can just use the dough recipe that I used for my cinnamon swirl loaf. And now we're rolling this out, or stretching it out, I should say, into a rectangle that's approximately 13 by 16. It doesn't have to be exact. The 16-inch measurement is something you want a little bit more, simply because you've got about 8 inches across your pan if you're going to put it in a loaf pan, and or your banneton if you're going to make it as an artisan loaf. Now here I'm spreading my cinnamon sugar mixture, and that's a mixture of brown sugar, cinnamon, melted butter, and just a touch of flour, about a half a tablespoon of flour. That helps keep it from being quite so liquidy and getting goo like all over the bottom of your pans. Now when I make a sticky loaf like this that's full of sugar, I'll take my banneton and I line it with a shower cap, and then I put in the banneton liner. That way, if it leaks, it doesn't get onto the banneton itself, it only leaks onto the shower cap. So I had spread the cinnamon mixture in, and then we folded the dough toward the center, and now we're just putting another layer. So we used about half of our cinnamon sugar mixture on the inside, and now we use the other half here. And then I kind of spread it out nice and evenly using the miniature rubber scraper. I like to make sure I get all of my goo. Don't want to miss out on that, that's the best part. So we spread it out. And then we're going to roll that up. And you can use the bench scraper to help you with that. It helps just get it off the surface there. And any apples that are kind of on the outside, I'm tucking them in. That way they're less likely to stick to the bottom of the pan when we're baking it. Then you want to seal that edge once you get it into the banister. So we're sealing the end to try to keep the goo inside, okay? And sealing it across the top there. And that seam, of course, is going to end up down by the time we're baking. Now with this loaf, I used 125 grams of apples, and I would definitely go up to at least 200 grams of apples, maybe even 250. It could have definitely used some more apples. And I will definitely link the recipe in the caption. And again, I just used my cinnamon sugar loaf recipe. But with the apples, I did pre-bake them just a little bit for maybe 5 minutes in a cast iron pan with a little bit of filtered water. And now I'm sprinkling some Thai rice flour just so the loaf doesn't stick to the plastic shower cap when it goes into the cold freeze. After refrigerating overnight, now I just scored it one time and I did it at an angle to kind of open it up. I forgot to film it, so I just kind of showed you what I did there. You can see the goo that's going to come out the top, and there it is.